In a moment, the cheerful Christmas Eve of 1998 turned into a nightmare for Lieu Vuong and her family at Disneyland. Imagine the joy of a day out suddenly shattered by a heavy metal cleat, breaking loose and striking her husband, Luan Phi Dawson, and herself. While Lieu miraculously survived, Luan tragically lost his life due to serious injuries. How could such a devastating incident happen at the happiest place on Earth? Let's dive into the story of Luan Phi Dawson's infamous death at Disneyland. Meet Luan Phi Dawson, a brilliant mind born in Vietnam on August 28, 1964. Even as a youngster, he showed signs of greatness. Fast forward to his young adult years, Luan ventured to the United States, where he swiftly climbed the ladder at the ever-expanding Microsoft Corporation. By the age of 33, he had claimed the title of senior computer programmer and test engineer. While making strides in America, Luan crossed paths with his future wife, the lovely Lieu Vuong. Together, they welcomed the son into the world. The Dawson family set up their home in Duvall, Washington. In the festive season of 1998, they embarked on a magical journey to Disneyland, California, with their son and grandchild in tow. The Dawsons truly knew how to make memories. It was a typical day for the Dawson family until, at an unknown hour, they decided to hop aboard the sailing ship Columbia ride, kicking off an unexpected nightmare. Now, the sailing ship Columbia is no ordinary ride at Disneyland. This iconic attraction, gracing the park since June 14, 1958, has a magnetic charm that draws visitors into a nostalgic journey. Crafted as a replica of the first American ship to circumnavigate the globe, this vessel quickly became a cherished favorite among fans. Picture this: the 110 feet long Columbia ship, meticulously detailed to transport you straight back to the 18th century golden era of sailing. Departing every 25 minutes from Frontier Landing in Frontierland, the ship beckons eager passengers. Fueled by a compressed natural gas engine, the Columbia embarks on a mesmerizing voyage along the rivers of America. As the ship gracefully glides through the waters, the captain's lively commentary and maritime tunes set the mood. It's a delightful experience, with the highlight being the thrilling moment when cannons are fired at Fort Wilderness on Tom Sawyer's Island, immersing passengers in the heart of the adventure. Known for its gentle pace and minimal restrictions, the Columbia ride had, until Christmas Eve of 1998, maintained a flawless safety record. Little did the Dawson family know that their visit to this beloved attraction would turn their day upside down. On the eventful afternoon of December 24, 1998, the Columbia ship was gracefully navigating the rivers of America, preparing to dock at Frontierland for the next batch of eager passengers. On the platform, Luan Dawson, accompanied by his wife Lieu, their young son, and grandchild, were all in high spirits, eagerly anticipating their voyage on the Columbia. However, an unsettling realization struck: the boat was hurtling towards the dock at an alarming speed. Thinking quickly on her feet, Assistant General Manager Christine Carpenter took action. With precision, she secured the mooring line to a metal cleat on the dock. Now, a docking cleat, also known as a mooring cleat, is a crucial device for fastening a boat or ship to a dock or pier. It typically consists of a sturdy metal or wooden structure with arms or horns, designed as attachment points for ropes and lines. The primary function of the cleat is to establish a stable and secure connection between the vessel and the dock, ensuring safe and reliable mooring. As the ship's momentum carried it forward, the mooring line became taut, exerting significant tension. In an unforeseen turn of events, the 8-pound cleat couldn't withstand the force. It ripped loose from the dock, hurtling at a rapid 15 feet per second into the awaiting crowd, transforming what was meant to be a joyous boarding experience into a chaotic and dangerous situation. It zoomed toward Luan really fast, like a dangerous missile, smashing into his face and neck. The cleat tore off part of his jaw, and he fell to the ground, knocked out. Lieu, standing close by, also got hit, and her face was left paralyzed. In the middle of the chaos, Christine Carpenter, the assistant boss, got hurt too. The scene was just plain awful, with blood and scary stuff everywhere. Quickly, all three were taken to the hospital. Luan, in really bad shape, was declared brain dead and put on life support. Sadly, a few days later, they had to take him off life support, and on December 28, 1998, he was announced dead. Lieu had serious injuries but was expected to get better. and Christine had problems with her legs, showing how bad things were after the terrible incident. Disneyland didn't waste any time and closed the Columbia ship ride, starting a big investigation. They were looking at the cleat, the thing that caused the trouble. The big question was whether it was meant to stop the boat or just to keep it in place after docking. They were trying to figure out if using the cleat the wrong way over and over again could have made it break and cause the accident. The investigation found a big mistake in how things were supposed to be done. When a boat was coming in too fast, the rule was not to tie the mooring line. Instead, workers were supposed to let the boat go past the dock and then make it go backward. But Christine, who tied the line to the cleat, said she didn't know the boat was going to go past the dock. This mistake accidentally made things go really wrong. Initially, this didn't look good for Disneyland because they had cleaned up before he could go in. However, the Anaheim police dismissed claims of Disney obstructing justice. They explained that Disneyland cleaned up not to hide evidence, but because it looked messy. Disney supported this, saying they cleaned up to minimize shock and disturbance for other guests before the police arrived. The Columbia ship incident sparked a nationwide talk about theme park safety, leading the victim's family to file a wrongful death lawsuit. This had a big impact on California's legal system. New laws were introduced to ensure independent inspections of theme parks, like Disneyland, and made mandatory inspections a must. These changes played a crucial role in looking into various incidents at Disneyland. One of the major findings in the lawsuit was that Disney made a big mistake by using the wrong rope. Instead of the original hemp rope, they used nylon for docking the Columbia. The nylon rope could stretch more and had higher strength, and that's what caused the cleat to be thrown into the crowd. They chose this rope to save money. The lawsuit claimed that Disney knew about rope problems, but didn't swap the nylon rope for the safer hemp rope. It was also found that Disney didn't properly train its employees on how to dock the ship, including Christine, who was in charge that day. Other issues included a lack of communication between staff members and not enough security measures. The family of Luan came to an agreement with Disneyland for an undisclosed amount, estimated to be between $20 to $25 million. Disneyland also faced the maximum penalty fine for misusing equipment and not providing adequate training to the employee responsible for docking the ship after the Columbia incident. In response to the tragedy, Disneyland made significant changes to its ride operations. This included introducing bell signals, updating docking procedures for the ship, and thoroughly reviewing and updating procedures for all rides. Lead operators, who had extensive experience and were phased out on many attractions, were reinstated on most rides, including the Columbia. I hope she and her children are doing better today. As for the Columbia, after some updates, the ship reopened and remains one of Disneyland's most popular attractions to this day.